Good morning, it's Thinking Thursday. All right, today I'm going to read a book. It's about two turtles, and they live where? Do you think? The ocean. But they're two different kinds of turtles. Just like all of you are two of you are two different kinds of people. These are two different kinds of turtles, okay? This book was actually called The Adventures of Gary and Harry, A Tale of Two Turtles. And it was written by Lisa Matsumoto, okay? And I actually got this book when I was in Hawaii. Because there's quite a few turtles in Hawaii. All right. Deep in the sparkling sea, Gary, the green sea turtle, and his best friend, Harry the hawksbill turtle, played in their ocean home. Each day, they would swim to the surface and happily dive beneath the waves. So we have a green sea turtle, and we have a hawksbill turtle. So this is the green sea turtle. He's green, and we have the hawksbill turtle. He's kind of got like a hawk's bill, like almost like a beak. Okay. Gary and Harry loved their carefree life in the sea, and they liked to visit their many ocean friends, like Olivia the octopus. Olivia. Lori the lobster, and even Herman, the grumpy old hermit crab, who was really nothing but a big softy underneath that crusty old shell. These pictures are really good because it gives us some information about life in the ocean. Now we have an idea that it's probably fiction, but we can still get information from fiction books, okay? All right. For Gary and Harry, each day was a great underwater adventure. Some days they would explore deep into dark underwater caverns. Whoa, I think I'd be a little scared to go down there. Maybe some of you guys like to explore places. But if you do, go with your parents or an adult, okay? Yeah. Other days, they would search for long lost treasures buried deep in the hulls of old sunken ships. Wow. So they're finding treasure. When they wanted a good laugh, they would visit the crazy clownfishes who performed in Harold Harlequin Shrimp's spectacular sea circus. Oh my goodness. Look at all the fish you can see. Now, I'm going to make a connection here to self. Because when I read, I like to make connections to myself. These are clownfish. And I've seen a clownfish in a movie I've watched. Can you guess what movie it is? If you said Finding Nemo or Finding Dory, you're right. Miss Burke loves the underwater ocean. One day, after their morning adventure, Gary and Harry were especially hungry. As always, it was difficult deciding what to have for lunch, since they had very different tastes in food. How about a salty seaweed salad made of fresh algae? Gary suggested. Now remember, Gary's the green sea turtle, and he wants fresh salty salad. Algae, yuck! Harry replied, making a face. I'd rather have a nice, tasty jelly jellyfish. Ah, so Gary, the green sea turtle, he likes vegetables and things that are growing, like plants that grow. But Harry, the hawksbill turtle, likes jellyfish and maybe other animals. Do you guys know what kind of turtle he would be? He would be called an herbivore. They like plants. He would be called a carnivore. He likes animals. His wish had been answered, for suddenly a school of jellyfish floated by. Wow! Look at all those jellyfish! But what can happen? Do you guys know what can happen with jellyfish? Now they can what? Jellyfish can sting. Do you think it's going to be a problem for the turtles? Turtles have a shell, right? So do you think it's going to be a problem for them? Let's find out. Harry quickly swam to the largest one and swallowed it in one big gulp. Gary expected to hear a satisfied ah, but instead, Harry responded with a terrified, oh no. Terrified what? Oh no. A terrified, ah! Harry was gasping and choking. Oh no. That was no jellyfish he had swallowed. It was a plastic bag. Oh no. Harry knew many sea turtles had died from choking on plastic bags, but he never once thought it would happen to him. Oh. I think this is another reason we take care of the planet, huh? It can hurt animals if we don't. Harry desperately tried to remove the plastic bag, but it just wouldn't come out. His life flashed before him. Luckily, Gary had just completed his turtle safety class, and by using the Heimlich maneuver, the plastic bag flew right out from Harry's throat. Phew! That was close, Harry said while catching his breath. How did a plastic bag get in the ocean anyway? Do you guys know how a plastic bag could have gotten in the ocean? How else? Gary answered. The humans. Well, they need to be more careful to keep their trash out of our homes, Harry said angrily. Gary couldn't agree with him more. Suddenly, Harry's stomach rumbled. All the excitement worked up his appetite. Well, I'm starving, he told Gary. Let's get lunch. Just then, a beautiful jellyfish floated by. Look, Harry, just what you asked for. Lunch! That's right. Oh, it really is lunch this time, isn't it? Yes, it is. Now we know it's a jellyfish. It's got the tentacles, yeah. After what Harry had been through, suddenly, jellyfish didn't seem very appealing. I'll pass on jellyfish for a while. Maybe I'll try one of those salty seaweed salads. Gary's face quickly lit up. Well, I know the perfect place to go. he said excitedly. So why didn't you have another jellyfish? Why didn't you want to eat a jellyfish? If you said because he was scared, yeah. Now I'm going to make another connection here. Miss Burke once started choking on something, and it really is scary, isn't it? It makes you not want to, ooh, I'm not going to eat that for a while. It's scary. It could make me choke again. Yeah. And with a flick of their flippers, they quickly dove through the crystal blue water, eager to enjoy a nice, delicious, relaxing lunch. The end. Now, they are safe because they were able to help each other. Now, but we already said this was fiction. We know in real life, turtles aren't going to be able to help each other that way, right? So it's really important that we think about the things we're doing and how it can hurt or help other things on the planet, like animals or plants. Now, I want you to think about that and try to help the planet, okay? Now, that said it was the end, but in this book, it's very cool because it's got some nonfiction information at the end. So I'm going to read a few things about the Pacific green sea turtle, The Pacific green sea turtle weighs up to 400 pounds. That's like, about 7 of you guys all put together. Yeah. And is primarily vegetarian, eating algae and seaweed growing underwater on coral reefs and on rocks close to shore. The upper shell is dark with olive or gold flakes, and olive is green. They are named for the green color of their body. There once were tens of millions of green sea turtles around the world. Now, there may be fewer than 200,000. The Pacific green sea turtle is a threatened species. That means things are hurting it. Their numbers have declined due to predation by tiger sharks, loss of nesting sites, captured for their meat and shells, and entangled in nets and fishing gear. Recently, many green sea turtles have developed tumors which affect them so they eventually can't see. Oh man. Let's learn about the hawksbill turtle, okay? The hawksbill turtle is named for its sharp beak-like mouth. The hawksbill is a medium-sized turtle weighing around 270 pounds and is predominantly mottled brown with dark and light spots. They are known for their beautiful shells, often referred to as a tortoise shell. Although illegal in most countries, many turtles are still exploited for fashion jewelry. Styrofoam and plastics have been mistaken for food. The Pacific hawksbill turtle is a critically endangered species with fewer than 30 nesting hawksbills in the Hawaiian Islands. It says dogs, cats, and mongoose all eat eggs and hatchling sea turtles. As adults, the only other natural predator other than humans are sharks. So that means when they're grown up, the only things that eat these turtles are sharks or people. Oh my goodness. Let's read, oh my goodness, how about, a harlequin shrimp. I've never heard of a harlequin shrimp. Let's see what it is. The harlequin shrimp is a crustacean, and like its lobster and crab relatives, it has an exoskeleton and jointed limbs. An exoskeleton means they don't have bones, they have a shell on the outside. It is one of the most stunning shrimp with its bright colored spots, which help it to blend with its surroundings. The harlequin shrimp, which grows to 2 inches long, so it's only about that long, feeds solely on sea stars or starfish. After locating its prey by smell, the tiny harlequin shrimp crawls under the sea star and flips the star over to feed on its vulnerable underside. So it's flipping it over. Wow, it must be pretty strong then. Let's read about one more, the clownfish. Clownfish, also known as anemone fish, do you guys know why? They make their home among the sea anemone, just like we saw. If you've ever seen Finding Nemo, you know that Nemo and his dad live in a sea anemone. Unlike other fish, clownfish are immune to the stinging cells of the anemone's tentacles. The relationship between the clownfish and anemone is symbiotic, benefiting them both. They help each other, in other words. The anemone's stinging tentacles provide protection for the clownfish, while the clownfish protect the anemone by chasing away animals such as the butterfly fish and that often feed on anemone. Clownfish can be found in shallow water reefs and feed on algae, plankton, and small crustaceans. So here is the green sea turtle in real life, and here's the hawksbill turtle. This is a picture. Then over here, I read about the harlequin shrimp and the clownfish, okay? And then there was some other animals that we saw in the story that they gave us information on. And maybe you guys like the ocean maybe as much as Miss Burke, so I'm always looking for things to read about the ocean. All right. I want you to be thinking about all these things we've learned today because it's Thinking Thursday, and I will be seeing all of you very soon. All right, bye for now.